Hello YouTube. So again, we're having another video right now to overview some common problems you may run into when doing a Hackintosh. One of the biggest issues that doesn't seem to be spoken much about in the general installation guides or anything like that is the idea of a system's definition. What do I mean by that? Well, a system's definition basically is telling the operating system what kind of computer you're running. So this is all very much relative to whatever hardware you may be sporting in your personal Hackintosh. But if you want to find out after you've done the Hackintosh what system build you're actually using, you can go to About This Mac. As you can see, right now my operating system is picking this up as a late 2015 iMac Retina 5K 27-inch. This equates to a system's definition of a iMac 17.1 that is concurrent with the Skylake releases. Now, would it be the end of the world necessarily if if you didn't change these definitions? Perhaps not, but it can be very important in having your definition set up in the SMBIOS so that the system can run and regulate itself, at least on things like power consumption and stuff like that, to its absolute optimal potential. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to change your system definitions and make sure that you have everything running exactly the way that you want it to do. So the first things first, I would definitely refer to the Tony Mac x86 website. It's just a great place to go to for all your stuff. Let's go to a 10.12 installation, right? Say you're downloading Sierra, not an older one, all right? Now, if I'm going to keep moving down, let's find the post-installation, troubleshooting and optimizations. Okay, right here where he starts talking about the configurator in Multi-Beast and customize for your configuration, right where it says over there, I'm going to try to zoom in just a little bit. I don't even have to do that. I can just open up Multi-Beast and show you. Say you made it this far, and your Hackintosh is ready to go. You're just putting in all your drivers and stuff like that for Multi-Beast. Well, you get to this section right here. Update SMBIOS and volumes, EFI, Clover, config plus to identify your system as the chosen Mac model with a valid serial number. iMac 1412 is installed by default in Quick Start installations, and this is the general recommendation, mainly because this is what's compatible with most systems nowadays. However, if you're a system like mine, which you've seen my specs in previous videos, my system is a little bit more advanced than a 14.2, which would have been somewhere way back. That would have been like Ivy Bridge, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, it's completely irrelevant because you go over here and you could select iMac. In my case, I need an iMac 17.1, and then you go to after selecting it. I'm not actually going to do it, but after selecting the build, and then you inject iMac 17.1. Now, for those of you who, for some people, that's the end of the line. That's all you need to do. For the rest of you who are running into things like black screens and stuff after changing your system definition to a 17.1, a late 2015 iMac, well, there's going to be an extra step. And Tony Beast actually gets really good with that. Tony Mac is two words I'm trying to say there. Tony Mac x86 and Kex Beast, which we're going to take a look at in just a second. So post installation, graphics or hardware troubleshooting. Because I can't find the article, I'm just going to type in system definition 17.1 Hackintosh. Right. It's going to come up somewhere over there. Black screen with Mac Pro 6.1, iMac 15, or iMac 17 system definitions. So what you're probably going to have to do if you're using an NVIDIA driver along with this, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to install these two kexts to right here, lilu.kext, and NVIDIA Graphics Fix-Up kext. You're also going to have to download a program called Kex Beast, and Kex Beast is very simple. So how Kex Beast works, I don't want to open it up just because I got it working just the way I wanted to, but I'll open up a image for Kex Beast. You follow those instructions exactly as they are. You place the files on the desktop like I have over here. Run Kex Beast, and then reboot. That if you do all of those before rebooting, after changing your system definition from anything but iMac 14.2, then it should reboot with the NVIDIA driver working and everything like that. One is a graphics fix-up kex. It's so that it's because the beta drivers for Pascal-based GPUs, as far as I know, are only working with 14.2 system definition. So this kext will actually patch that up and make sure that gets working. And Lilu, I actually don't know what Lilu does. I just know that you need it for whatever reason. We can find that out right now, why don't we? Lilu.kext. Okay. Let's find out what it does. Okay, arbitrary kex and process patching on Mac OS. Okay, here's Insanely Mac. Base instrument for the interested developers, based in Apple, ALC, and Shiki. Over there. Okay. Patch framework, custom kex via Lilu. So I guess it has something to do with actually patching it in. But in either case, you do need it, in addition to the NVIDIA graphics fix. So, quick recap, download two kexts off Tony Mac website or wherever. Just make sure that they're those two kexts. Run Kex Beast while these two are on your desktop. And then reboot your system. This is all after changing your system definitions. This may be a very important step for some people. They might be, especially for like laptop Hackintoshers or something, or anything that like that. That may be something that that is maybe holding back your entire system. And all in all, it would be wise to have keep clicking system preferences of this Mac. It would be wise to have the up-to-date system definitions that matches your configuration. Now, these guys, if I were to type in iMac 16.1, right? It's going to be a late 2015 over here, 1920 by 10, so 1080p. Intel dual-core i5. It doesn't give me which, but a 1.6 gigahertz dual-core. That's it's definitely not Skylake. Does it actually? It doesn't actually tell me which. Which generation that is. LPDDR3 onboard memory. That means that it's definitely not Skylake. We're definitely looking at the generation before. So in any case, you can always go to support Apple find the specifications that meet your needs. You can also go to the Every Mac website right here. They have all of these desktops kind of written out. Okay, so quad-core processor, that could mean i5 or i3 or i7. That doesn't really tell me much. Tech specs, architecture 64-bit. Again, still doesn't tell me too much. 14 nanometer, 5th generation. Broadwell. Okay, Broadwell. So if you have a Broadwell, you're probably going to be a 16.1 with an i5, a Broadwell i5. And for 17.1, that's going to be Skylake. And there you go. Make sure you have that right there on Every Mac. Here we go. And as you can see over here, it's powered by the Skylake 6700K processor, which includes 4 independent processors, a single silicon chip. Each core has a dedicated blah, 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 blah. We all know what Skylake is. So yeah, all that information is right here. These specifications meet my system the way that it is. So except for the RAM type, this is the one weird part. I don't know why it's saying DDR3 when Skylake's LG 1151 supports DDR4. It's interesting, but nonetheless, you know, refer to all that. And if you should get caught in some kind of a loop when you're attempting to boot in and you go to a black screen, what you can do is you can go to System Parameters in the Clover configurator. So go to Options, SMBIOS, and change the number back to 14.2. Let's say you ran multi-beast without running these two kexts, and now you're getting stuck in a boot loop. Just, SMBIOS, and then Enter, right? And then look for both the board number and the model number. And if it says iMac 17.1 and you're getting stuck in a boot loop, erase that, 14.2, board number, or whatever it is, where it says 17.1 or whatever again, just change that to 14.2, boot up your system, and it should be working from there. All right, I hope this video was helpful to some people trying to get their Hackintoshes up and running. If you have any other questions, of course, leave comments in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to respond to anybody who has any outstanding questions and they haven't been able to get help from Tony Mac or anything like that. My number one piece of advice, first and foremost, is if you do have a question, take a little extra time and read through those forums. I know you really want to get your Hackintosh up and going, but they do have the answers in there. You just have to take a little time and actually read through them. However, if you have been through all that and you have any other questions, please ask me. Feel free to ask me, and I'll be sure to help you out as best I can. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Savory out.